is one of the most beloved and powerful characters to ever come from the Dragon Ball universe. Beerus' rival, however, what if I told you that there was a second part to this story which changed the events of Resurrection F forever? This is the story of Frieza and Vegito, with Frieza coming back to life only to then be met by the merged warrior having to wait on Frieza's arrival channel and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, along with giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys love Dragon Ball and anime, as well as checking out Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of Vegito Unfused Manga Chapter number 2 special, with Whis and Beerus having to arrive on Earth just as seen during the times of Resurrection of F, with of course Whis and Beerus having to enjoy their food and stay on Earth. Whis went along to tell Beerus, well, this is going to be rather interesting, Lord Beerus. The Saiyans have gotten much stronger since your last battle. As Beerus went along to reply, as long as they leave me out of this, I don't care what happens. As over out on the other side, Frieza acknowledges the existence of the Saiyans now having to merge into one, as Frieza went along to tell Vegito, well, this is certainly a shocking surprise. Why waste time in killing Goku and Vegeta when I can kill them at the same time? You fools have no idea the power that I've managed to, but right there, Frieza gets cut off, because then all of a sudden we get to see how Frieza is coughing up blood as Vegito quickly cuts Frieza off in telling him, your voice irritates me, and you've only been here for 5 minutes. So without wasting any time, the first thing that Vegito ends up doing is decking Frieza right in the stomach, cutting him off from his speech, and with Frieza then stumbling back while holding on to his stomach, Vegito then continues, this isn't a game, Frieza. I am more than what Kakarot and Vegeta were. I am the ultimate warrior. Your time is long gone. You have no business coming back to life, especially coming back here. Your fate is sealed. You can hardly stand up, and all I've done was strike you once. Now imagine what I can really do in a fight. You're a disgrace. As Vegito is then shown just standing over Frieza while in his Super Saiyan form, further reassuring him that not only was it a mistake for Frieza to come to Earth, but it was also a critical mistake in Frieza having to further challenge Vegito, and that's exactly what Frieza does, because he went along to cry out, how dare you! And Frieza's immediate reaction is to just go right in there and attacking Vegito, but with Vegito easily able to defend himself, Frieza then carries on, I am not the same as I was before. I will kill all of you by any means. So Frieza's not letting up in the idea that even though Vegito is supposed to be a lot stronger than Goku and Vegeta, he doesn't care. He's here with a mission, and that mission is to kill the Saiyans and destroy everything. And as of course we get to see how Frieza is trying to attack Vegito, Vegito so casually claps back by two-piecing Frieza in the face, followed by kicking him directly in the stomach, as Vegito went along to tell Frieza, you won't be killing anyone, worm. For you to do that, first you have to get through me, which you won't because you're weak. Weak and desperate and hopeless. And I love the brash attitude from Vegito, because although Frieza is telling Vegito to his face that he's planning on destroying everything including Vegito himself, Vegito immediately clapped back by telling him in order for Frieza to get that done, first he'd have to go through him. As only then Frieza is shown not only agitated but also a tad bit hurt, as he went along to comment, I don't understand how they've become this powerful. As Vegito overlooks Frieza, he then went along to tell him, my children are even stronger than you are. Do you see why you don't have a chance of winning now? And to further shatter your dreams, allow me to show you the powers of Super Saiyan God. Now again, this is a very different circumstance versus what we saw during the events of Dragon Ball Z / Super Resurrection of F, because only then we saw how there was an option for Goku and Vegeta to basically swap out, which they kind of did after of course Goku was shot through the chest by Sorbet's ray gun. Here on the other hand, the circumstances are much different in the fact that Goku and Vegeta never defused during the events of Ultimate Buu having to be a thing, so Vegito had remained ever since Dragon Ball Z, carrying returning into Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, and now with Frieza coming back, he is not only met by an exponentially more powerful opponent, in that being Vegito, but now it would appear that Vegito also possesses the powers of Super Saiyan God, as we then get to see Vegito then transform. As he's doing so, he went along to then tell Frieza, everything I've done to break through my limits have led me to achieving a power that no other Saiyan has achieved before. This is Super Saiyan God, as only then we have the birth, the debut of Super Saiyan God Vegito replacing Goku during the events of Dragon Ball Z / Super Resurrection of F, and with Frieza looking on in absolute terror, he went along to comment, "What is this power? I can't sense his energy. Red hair? This is Super Saiyan God?" Because Frieza can't believe it. He never thought in his wildest dreams that Goku and Vegeta would fuse to begin with, but not only that, achieving a power that seems to have Frieza literally shook to the point where he can't believe what he's looking at, because they've gotten so powerful that they've ascended beyond Frieza's expectations. And with Frieza looking on, he went along to comment, "I truly would have never have expected for the two of you to achieve this level of power. I commend you in doing so. However, don't get ahead of yourself, monkey, because you are not the only ones who unlocked new powers. Allow me to show you my evolution." As Frieza then, in typical Frieza fashion as seen in Dragon Ball Super, then goes on to further evolve himself in unlocking the new powers that he had trained 4 months in achieving, as only then we have the birth of not only Super Saiyan God Vegito, but also Golden Frieza. And with Vegito looking on, he went along to ask, "Whoa, his power is unreal," as Frieza went along to then tell him, "Behold, Saiyan, the evolution of the most destructive force in the entire universe. I call this Golden Frieza." Which, bear in mind, this is the first time that Vegito is going to be using his Super Saiyan God powers, as well as Golden Frieza using his. As Vegito wastes little time in charging right in, he went along to tell Frieza, "Show me your mighty power then, Frieza." And Frieza doesn't seem to be concerned, but instead, he's smiling, as he then tells Vegito, "Oh, I don't plan on wasting any time showing you." And as the two go head to head, in the background with Beerus observing this, he went along to tell Whis, "It would seem the Saiyans have finally decided to take this matter seriously, Whis." And with Frieza and Vegito seemingly both being very overly confident in this battle, Frieza doesn't seem to be concerned, and neither does Vegito, because only then Frieza goes on to tell Vegito, "Take this, monkey," and goes on to attack him, but Vegito is quickly dodging everything that Frieza is throwing at him, as Vegito then replied by telling Frieza, "What's the matter? How could you show me if you can't hit me?" And every single time Frieza is attempting to hit Vegito, he can't seem to do so, as Vegito then added more insult to injury by telling him, "All this talk about your new power, but yet you can't seem to land a single shot." And this really irritates Frieza, because then what he ends up doing is flying directly above Vegito and telling him, "Fine. If I can't hit you, then I'll hit everything around you and destroy everything with one single shot. Don't move." And Frieza is not bluffing, because then he raises his hand as he creates a massive supernova in the sky, with Frieza then having to tell Vegito, "I will take everything from you. Let's just see how your power stacks up to my attack. Does it look familiar to you? It's a similar attack that I used to destroy planet Vegeta. And now, it's your turn." And I love the savagery behind Frieza saying this, because he's basically reminding the Saiyans, if you don't stop this attack, then this entire planet will be destroyed. And with God Vegito floored, he went along to say to himself he's getting desperate. "I can't let that blast hit the earth." And Frieza is not bluffing, because then he launches the blast directly at Vegito, as he goes on to tell him, "This is the end of you all." As the blast comes down, Vegito charges up for an attack. As he shoots right through the blast, he goes on to then tell Frieza, "I will never allow you to destroy my world." Which, I love the concept idea of seeing what it would actually be like to have Golden Frieza square off against the hypothetical Super Saiyan God Vegito from the Resurrection of F saga. But as Vegito then blasts right through Frieza's supernova, there is a massive explosion that occurs in the sky, and with Frieza trying to figure out as to what had just happened, he went along to ask, "What just happened?" As as through the dust cloud out of nowhere, God Vegito just comes zooming right in and punches Frieza directly in the face as he went along to tell him, "I just happened, Frieza, it's over." And with Vegito clocking Frieza right in the face, Frieza seems to be more annoyed and angry rather than being hurt, because with Frieza having to acknowledge the fact that surely enough God Vegito is a threat, he doesn't seem to be a threat to him, but Vegito thinks otherwise, as Vegito then knocks Frieza directly down onto the ground by kicking him with such force. He then went along to tell him, "You never stood a chance." As this kick sends Frieza directly down onto the ground, moments later Frieza is then shown just getting right back up and dashing towards Vegito's direction as he went along to tell him, "I'm only just getting started, Saiyan." As they then proceed to go back and forth in combat, I really do enjoy the hypothetical idea of seeing Frieza fight Vegito, because we never saw Frieza actually square up against any of the fusions, that being Gotenks or Gogeta or even Vegito, so to see this actually be a one-off kind of thing is very awesome in the fact that anything can happen in Dragon Ball fan manga lore, and Vegito then begins to turn the tables on Frieza as he only then once again punches Frieza in the stomach. He goes on to tell him, "You can't do much. You aren't the only one who's just getting started, Frieza." And there's this one cool shot of Frieza wrapping his tail around Vegito's neck and choking him, and with Vegito being reeled in, he goes on to kick Frieza in the face as he's choking him. So this is a very in-your-face kind of battle, a very barbaric battle at that, but Vegito seems to be holding up pretty well. As they both separate, Vegito goes on to tell him, "So, we're both evenly matched. I guess this is the perfect time then." As Frieza looks on, he went along to ask, "The perfect time for what, Saiyan?" With Vegito telling him to ascend, because now it would appear that Vegito has yet another trick up his sleeve, as Vegito then goes from Super Saiyan God directly into Super Saiyan Blue for the first time, powering up with such force that he went along to tell Frieza, "Welcome to the end of your life, Frieza. This is Super Saiyan Blue." And with Frieza looking on in absolute terror, he went along to ask, "What? He ascended?" Because Frieza can't believe it. This is the first time that Frieza had not only seen Super Saiyan God, but also Super Saiyan Blue right before his eyes for the first time, never once even conceiving of the idea that Goku and Vegeta would even fuse or more or less achieve a power very similar to that of the gods. And with Vegito standing idly by, he went along to ask Frieza, "Ready to die?" With Frieza saying to himself, "This can't be, I won't lose!" And with Frieza charging up, he dashed right in there just to attack Vegito, but then Vegito so casually, knowing the fact that not only now has he ascended beyond his previous limitation before, but kicks Frieza directly in the chin. As Frieza staggers back, he went along to then say to himself, "Just because you're powered up doesn't mean you'll," but Vegito quickly punches him in the face and then proceeds to kick him back down onto the ground, as Vegito then tells him, "I'm done talking to you." And this is a very serious Vegito now, because he knows that he has Frieza cornered. There's no way that Frieza's power can hold up to the likes of Super Saiyan Blue, and with Frieza sent flying out in the distance, what Vegito ended up doing was teleporting fast enough and grabbing him by the head, and not only having to prevent Frieza from going anywhere, but also tells him to his face, "I will never forgive you for what you've done. Say your piece." And with Frieza shown visibly agitated, visibly angry, visibly hurt, he then went along to tell Vegito, "I'm not done yet." as the manga chapter special then comes to a close. Now, the original idea of Vegito versus Frieza stems from Vegito versus Beerus, as of course we are going to have a continuation of this manga chapter special to further find out what happens involving Golden Frieza versus Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, and I would like to know from you guys in the comment section below, let's say if Goku and Vegeta never defused following their initial battle against Buhan in Dragon Ball Z, then how powerful would a hypothetical unfused Vegito be in Resurrection of F if he did somehow have the opportunity to train with the gods and unlock Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue? Do you guys think that Super Saiyan God Vegito would be enough to actually put down Golden Frieza, or do you guys believe that in some way, shape, or form, Golden Frieza would not only be able to survive the powers of Super Saiyan God Vegito, but also push him into sure to turn on all notifications on this channel by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if of course you guys are stoked, ready, and excited to see more awesome Dragon Ball fan manga content on the channel. Thank you all so much for your time. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace.